Hello friends, welcome back to New Toy Tuesday, the weekly series where I get to show you a new toy on Tuesday. This week's New Toy Tuesday is a twofer. So we've got a set of Tim Holtz layering stencils. This is set number 52, and I've played with them a little bit, but I've only had them a couple weeks. And then we just got the Crafters Workshop Stardust Butter. Dude, this is fan-frackin-tastic. Beautiful. So this set, they call Metallica, which I think is hilarious because, you know, it's one of the best hair bands ever. Well, I guess they weren't really hair bands, were they? Metal bands. So, get that out of the way. We have Platinum, which is a silver. We have Champagne, which is beautiful. And we have Maracasite, is that how you say that? And Pearl. Look at, oh, and there's dogs in here, by the way. So, you may hear some noises. Look. And I think I want to use the black and that champagne. Oh my gosh. I'm going to work on two tags. Two tags, which will later go on some card fronts. These are the actual Tim Holtz distress tags, not ones that I cut myself. So I want to use, let's see which one. Ooh, let's use that one. These two. And we're going to stencil butter, and then once it dries, use some distress inks over it to cover the background. Got our stencil on there. All right, let's do the black for this, because this kind of reminds me of like an iron gate. Let's open it up. Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Ooh, baby. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Whew. I think I'm gonna put a little more tape on here just to make me feel better. Now, this is a mini tag stencil, so it's not going to go clear to the edge, but I'm okay with that because I'm probably going to sew these down, so having that little border's fine. Okay. Oh, y'all. That is pretty. Okay. Stencil butter from the Crafters Workshop. There we go. All right. Whoops. I flicked it. Flicked it. I'll put some press and seal on this later. That's a heavy little jar, man. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look at that. And I only have one spot where I used too much and got it squished under. Two spots. I don't know. Well, no, just the one. That is pretty. All right, we're going to set this aside to dry. I'm going to go get this stencil into some water, and then we will onto the champagne colored one. All right, let's get our champagne on. Tape this down the same way. And again, these are going to have more stuff done to them and go on card fronts. So, and I'm probably going to stitch them down so the border is fine. And if I decide not to stitch them and the border isn't fine, well then I'll do something else with them. But, oh, look at that. Dude. Stir it up a little bit. I like to stir it. Listen, I like anything I can put through a stencil. I have since I was a kid. All right, ready? Champagne. Let's see what we got. I'm very excited. Get the tape off here. I really should have done this on the waffle flower mat, then I wouldn't have had to tape it down, but I was feeling lazy. I didn't feel like getting it out. Oh yeah. Look at that gorgeousness. So freaking shiny. Okay, so I'm gonna let these sit overnight to dry. I probably don't have to, but I have a Bible study tonight anyway, so I'm gonna let them sit overnight to dry and come back tomorrow and finish the cards, or finish them off. And the only reason I'm telling you that is because the lighting will be different tomorrow, I'm sure. So, since I don't have lights yet, I have to go by the lighting that I'm getting from my window. So, I will see you back tomorrow after these are dry. Alrighty, our stencil tags are dry. Look at that. So we've got the Crafters Workshop stencil butter along with Tim Holtz stencils. And that champagne, oh, I'm in love with it. So we're gonna move our stencils out of the way. And again, this is set number 52. Yes, 52. And I'm gonna ink. We're gonna use some Vintage Photo on the dark and then some Mowed Lawn on the champagne, because this one's gonna be a Christmas tag. This one I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with yet. So let's get our Mowed Lawn and a brush. And I'm using Distress Oxide. And I'm just gonna ink right over this because it should wipe off. Let's test it. Yep. I'll wipe off of that stencil butter. And then we'll wipe the stencil butter off. All right. Inked right through that. Now let's do the vintage photo. Need a brown. Vintage photo. You know it's my favorite brown in all the land. Do the same thing, wipe it off the surface with baby wipe. And then buff it with the cloth. I think I hit it right here again. All right, look at that. Now, because I have the lazy today, and I don't feel like dragging out my sewing machine and setting it up and blah, 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 I'm going to poke holes using the Tim Holtz ruler. All right, so we're going to use the Tim Holtz ruler and a pokey tool and just poke holes around it, and I'm going to stitch by hand with embroidery floss. So let's get this. There we go. All right. See if I can see. Maybe if I turn it this way. Well, that's not gonna be any better, is it? Okay. So I want this right. Yeah, there we go. Off there. Pull out the pokey tool. If it's not perfect, it's okay, because this is going to be kind of a messy Christmas tag. I have a really cute Santa face stamp that I bought last year because he was cute, and I never actually used him, so maybe I'll use him on this. I keep meaning to get a new ruler because I've beat up the edge of this pretty badly over the years. Oh, look at that. I need a longer foamy thing. Here we go. More holes. And I'll poke the rest of the way through. So we've got holes poked all the way around. And I'm going to get an embroidery floss needle and some floss. Words are hard. And some floss and stitch around. This one I think I'm going to use gold thread and black thread together. And then this one just black thread. All right. I thought about on this one mixing the gold and the copper. I think I will. And then black on this one over here. All right. So if you're not a cross stitcher, this is called the loop method. You take both ends to put through your needle. And then what happens is when you bring your needle back down in, you don't have to knot anything or any of that, because you can, or like if you're cross stitching and worry about burying your tails, because you bring your needle what you do is you put it through that loop. So it secures it. Kind of like if you were sewing on a button, you know. I always do a loop if I have to put a button on too. I think most people do, if they're not machine buttoning. All right, I'm going to, alrighty, we're all sewn up. Now on this one, I did a strand of black, a strand of copper, and a strand of gold. I thought that turned out really nice. And then this one, we just did black. And I thought we'd turn this one into something. So I dug through my Tim Holtz stash. I have a few paper dolls left. And I also have all this stuff. So I would look at the paper dolls. I like the little girl with the bunny rabbit. Yeah, let's use that one. But I'm gonna cut it so I can space it out a little more. Yeah, some bear glue. And over here. There's one. All right, let's let that sit for a minute. Let's look at our flowers here. I kind of like that, but I think that's going to be too big. I like that one. I really like that. But then we have this one, which is big too, but it could swag over this way. I kind of want her in the center-ish. Let's use this one. Bear glue. Bear glue to the rescue. This is going to go off the tag a little bit. Just like this. Oh, that's pretty. This is just going to go here. This might require some heavier glue. Tacky glue. Tacky glue to the rescue. This here. I don't know if I can tie a bow. I am bow challenged. Let's see. All right, a little tacky glue on there. Then let's look in our metal, see if there's anything good. Okay, we've got a few more goodies here. And I want to use this, found objects. So I'm trying to put random stuff on it. She's going to go on with foam tape. I want her to pop up. I'm going to go ahead and place her, and then everything else will just work around her. Make sure she's well supported, no sagging. skinny for legs. Let's see, how's our coverage? Pokey tool. All right, let's put a little bear glue. Just to be on the safe side. And then put her right about here. Perfect. Perfectamundo. And then we could put this here. Tacky glue. And yeah, I know that looks a mess right there, but I'll clean it up. All right, let that sit for a minute and grab. And then our little key, where do we want that? Right, just down in there. Ah, come back. Oh no, no, no. No way, glue on the wings. I can have this here. I got the little paper clip. Just gonna clip it up here. Whoa. All right, so I'm gonna let all this dry. It's a lot of glue. Maybe about 20 minutes or so, and come back to it and we'll finish it up. I've got found objects I think I would like to put on here. I may have to cut it unless I put it down here. Ooh, maybe put it down here on the flowers. I want to add a little glitter and either some dewdrops or gems of some sort. So I will see you in a little while. All right, so everything is stuck on and dry. Now I just have my wording, which I think I thought about putting there, but it's gonna block a lot of that rose. So maybe down this way. I'm gonna use some E600 to make sure it really stays on. And then I'm gonna clamp it while it dries. Put this on. Right about there. All right, so we'll clamp it so it stays stuck. And then while that's setting, we'll start on the Christmas tag. Okay, Christmas tag. I've got Santa stamped, and of course Jet Black Archival. This is a PSX brand stamp from clear back in 1991. Isn't he precious? Oh, I love him. I found an old Prima paper tree in my stash, and I have a little square rectangle of vellum. Look at that tag. Listen, I am so pleased with how that turned out. I think it's lovely. So let's get Santa colored. I'm gonna try some alcohol markers here. Do a little red in his hat. Now, since he's got some little stars and things around him, I'm going to cut him out with a circle die, because I'd like to keep all that. I think it's cute. Let's see how this is going to be for a skin tone. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm being careful because when I stamped this, I wasn't sure how I wanted to color it. And I don't think Archival is really an alcohol marker friendly ink because it's oil based. So I'm just being careful to try to make it work. Let's see. Yeah, I'll stick with that. And then a little pink for rosy cheeks. So y'all know, Santa has rosy cheeks. And then we'll go back over it. There's our skin tone. I think I'm doing that right. Oh, I need a green. Probably this green. A little green in there. And the red berries, I'm actually going to stickle them. Just quick coloring because I really haven't played with these a whole lot yet to have the feel, you know. I want to be good like Nicole Spohr. She's fabulous. Put a little yellow on the bell. And I'm actually going to put gold stickles on it too. Ooh, if I have gold stickles, I might have used them up. I need to order some stickles. There we go. Lovely. Look how cute he is. Oh. All right, so the markers I use, now these are Cali Art. So here's all the numbers. All turn around right. So if you're a Cali Art marker haver, these are what I used for Santa. Y204, R403, R218, Y701, G127, Y900. That Y900 is a good skin tone. All right, so let's get some circle dies and cut this out. All right, let's check for sizing here. That's probably gonna be too small. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Good job, Hero Arts. Okay, and then we'll do our vellum. I don't think I have a big enough piece of vellum to go up even bigger. This was a scrap. Can make that work. Okay. Oh, look at that. Perfect. I'm gonna put a little ink on this tree just to make it stand out a little more. It's got some embossed detail on it. Just rubbing my archival ink pad over it. Nothing fancy. Let's see, how are we gonna arrange? Look at Santa. Oh, I love him. Good old PSX. They're not in business anymore, but they were awesome. tree. Go this way and then maybe do Merry and Bright below. Some bear glue. Get this tree up there. Right about there. I'll add Santa. I'm gonna glue the whole thing to the tag. This way. So we've got our little tree, got our cute little Santa. Words, we need words. All right, we're gonna use Happy Christmas from Paper Rose. Just gonna cut this out. Happy Christmas. Now we're using the white, but I'm going to use Natasha Foote's trick. What she does is she'll use an ink pad to color some paper to match what she's got. But I'm going to use this red alcohol marker, and then we're going to matte Happy Christmas on this red alcohol marker colored paper. Alrighty, so Happy Christmas right on this colored paper. And then we'll trim it out, and I think use foam tape to put it on the tag. Let it pop up a little bit. Happy Christmas. There we go. Just a little bit of a red. And it's the same red that's in Santa's hat. So it will coordinate nicely. Yeah, some skinny foam tape on it. I think I'll put a little bear glue on that foam tape just to be sure it's really going to stay stuck to this shiny and textured background. Because you never know. Put that about there. Try and get it relatively straight. Okay, that looks relatively straight. Now, as promised, we have Stickles. We're going to do gold on the bell. Get a scrap here and make sure they're flowing. There we go. Some gold on the bell. And then I don't have a real red, but I do have this burgundy. Oh, so this burgundy, you see it has no label. When I attended Ranger U way back, we did our little manufacturing area tour, and they gave us all about those Stickles right off the assembly line before they even got labeled. That was pretty cool. We felt very special. I know there's not one there, but I added it. And then I brought over some green liquid pearls. This color is called Succulent. This is all Ranger stuff. And I thought we'd do some dots. Alrighty, so here's our finished tags for New Toy Tuesday. This week was a twofer. We used some Tim Holtz layering, mini layering stencils. This circle one, and then the squares. And then we also used Stardust butter, the champagne, and the, I don't know how you say that, so I'm gonna say black. This one is gonna go on my tag wall. I'll put a picture in of my tag thing here. And then this one is going to go onto a card front and be turned into a Christmas card. We use a little bit of inking, and other than drying time, these are pretty quick. So yeah, check this stuff out. The Crafters Workshop stencil paste is new to me, and I gotta tell you, this stuff is really nice to play with. It's very creamy. It's not too, it doesn't leak under your stencil a whole lot. Like, you have to be careful, but not super duper careful. So that's perfect for me. And of course, as always, Tim Holtz stencils, because, you know, you use them on just about everything. They're fabulous. Little PSX stamp. Something out of stash. This tag is all Tim. All Tim all the time. Except for the button. Button's the only thing that wasn't Tim. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like these tags. And, dude, go buy yourself some of this. Champagne in particular. Ooh. Remember, be excellent to each other and go make something. Bye-bye.